everyone. I'm going to talk about something a little bit different today. I don't know if you remember the hearings before the Congressional Subcommittee investigating competition in digital markets. They took testimony from the 4 companies there: Alphabet, Amazon, Apple, and somebody else. I don't remember. Was it Facebook? Facebook, of course, Facebook. So, yeah. I always wondered what happened after that. This happened after that. This. Now, the interesting thing about this is that nobody in the mass media, like general, public newspapers, that sort of thing, reported it. They did not, even though the government issued a press release about it. Anyway, I thought I would read some of this, particularly as pertained to Amazon at this point. I mean, I could talk about Facebook too, but let's just take this one step at a time, because it's a lot to take in, I gotta tell you. In Section C on Amazon, under Overview, it says here, Amazon's business strategy has generally focused on long-term growth over short-term profits. Amazon is currently one of the most valuable companies in the world. Okay, yeah, we know that. You have to establish all these things, right? So let's see, what's the next one that was really interesting? Let's see. Oh yes, Amazon reports financial information for 3 business segments: North America, International, International, and Amazon Web Services, Amazon's cloud services business. That's an interesting division of business segments, isn't it? AWS takes up a whole business segment, and so does North America. Okay, so it also says AWS is a key source of its overall profits. In 2019, Amazon's cloud business contributed over 60% of Amazon's total operating income, despite accounting for only 12.5% of its total revenue. Okay, it goes on to say, let's see, some of that first-party sales and third-party sales. Yeah, okay. Kindle e-readers, yes. When a consumer visits Amazon.com, Amazon's private label, never mind. Who cares about that part? That's not the good part. Okay, wait. Not any of this is really good. I'm sorry. AWS, the company's cloud services business, offers digital infrastructure services to businesses that require increased computing infrastructure for storing data and so forth. Amazon is the dominant provider of infrastructure service as a service. AWS, let me say that again. Amazon is the dominant provider of infrastructure as a service. AWS accounts for close to half of all global spending on cloud infrastructure services, and the business has, 3 times the market share of Microsoft, its closest competitor. Cloud services are an essential and increasingly expensive line item for many companies. Given AWS's role as a dominant cloud provider, some of Amazon's competitors in other business lines often end up dependent on the platform. For example, Netflix, a competitor of Amazon Prime Video, paid AWS $500 million in 2018 to store its streaming video library. Did you know that? I did not know that. How interesting. Oh, and I'm afraid it gets even more interesting after that. During the course of the investigation, Amazon displayed a lack of candor to the subcommittee in response to questions about its business practices. According to a letter written by members of the subcommittee, a bipartisan letter, I'd like to add, in May of 2020, this came out in 2020, 2 years ago, the subcommittee was I'm quoting now. The subcommittee was troubled that some of the, quote, statements made to the Commission about the company's business practices appear to be misleading and potentially criminally false or perjurious. In light of this concern, subcommittee staff views Amazon's other claims and representations with a degree of skepticism in instances where they conflict with credible sources as opposed to, they didn't say that part, such as investigative reporting, interviews with market participants, or other evidence uncovered by subcommittee staff during the investigation. I am reading this word for word from a document that is in not only publicly available, but in the public domain as a government document. Now, is that the politest way somebody could say, hey, maybe these people, they can't be trusted? You tell me. Thanks. Talk to you later. Hey, if it's in the public domain, I can adapt it. How about this? Big Tech, the musical. Maybe, maybe not.
Haven't they killed you yet? Sorry. Must have been thinking of someone else.